The night sky above the mountain observatory sparkled with its usual array of stars, but Dr. Susan Carter knew something was different. Her instruments detected unusual energy signatures near Jupiter's orbit. At first, she thought it was a glitch, but the readings remained consistent for hours. She rubbed her tired eyes and sipped her cold coffee, staring at the data streaming across her monitors. The signals were unlike anything she had ever seen before. As she reached for her phone to contact her colleagues, every screen in the observatory lit up with new alerts. 5 vessels of varying sizes and designs emerged from what appeared to be controlled tiers in spacetime. Their arrival sent ripples through Earth's scientific community. Within hours, military satellites confirmed the presence of the alien ships, and governments worldwide went into high alert. The aliens made no aggressive moves. Instead, they maintained their position and began broadcasting a simple mathematical sequence, prime numbers, indicating their intelligent origin and peaceful intentions. Earth's leading scientists and military experts gathered quickly to form a response team. Dr. Carter found herself pulled from her observatory to join a hastily assembled group of experts at a secure facility. The room buzzed with nervous energy as military officers and scientists debated the best course of action. Among them, Dr. Carter noticed Linda Ross, a linguistics expert, working frantically to decode more complex messages now being received from the vessels. The alien ships represented 5 distinct civilizations from the Galactic Council. Their vessels varied dramatically. One appeared organic, another seemed to be made of crystalline structures, while the others displayed different levels of technological advancement. The Council had chosen this moment carefully, believing Earth had reached an appropriate stage of development for first contact. They had spent years studying human broadcasts and internet traffic, preparing for a peaceful introduction to galactic society. However, they hadn't accounted for humanity's deeply ingrained paranoia and survival instincts. When one of the alien ships adjusted its position to better communicate with Earth's receivers, 3 different military installations interpreted it as a potentially hostile maneuver. Despite Dr. Carter's frantic attempts to prevent misunderstanding, a nervous junior officer at a Pacific base activated their newly developed defensive system. The energy pulse that shot toward the alien ships wasn't meant to be lethal. It was designed to disable electronic systems. But the aliens' technology operated on principles humanity didn't understand. The pulse created an unexpected reaction with the crystalline ship's hull. The resulting cascade of energy created a spectacular light show visible from Earth, causing massive systems failures across all 5 alien vessels. The ship's emergency protocols engage, creating another set of space-time rifts. Within moments, they had disappeared, leaving behind only scrambled data and a profound sense of failure. In the aftermath, Dr. Carter sat in her now quiet office, reviewing recordings of the incident. The aliens had come in peace, following careful protocols developed over centuries of diplomatic contact with new civilizations. But they hadn't expected the unique combination of human paranoia, advanced technology, and hair-trigger response systems. Linda Ross later decoded more of the aliens' messages. They revealed that the Council had been cautiously optimistic about Earth's potential membership in the galactic community. The messages also hinted at their amazement at humanity's rapid technological progress, achieving in decades what had taken other species centuries. The incident revealed something important about humanity to the watching galaxy. Humans had developed their technology along an unusual path, creating unique and unpredictable combinations of advancement. While other species followed more predictable patterns of development, humanity's progress was chaotic, innovative, and sometimes dangerous. As Earth's governments tried to establish new protocols for future contact, they didn't realize that the Galactic Council was already having serious discussions about the Earth situation. The Council members had witnessed something unprecedented. A species that could unintentionally disable 5 different types of advanced alien technology with a single, relatively primitive defense system. Dr. Carter spent the following weeks writing detailed reports about the encounter, But she couldn't shake the feeling that humanity had just failed an important test. She didn't know that in reality, they had revealed themselves to be far more dangerous than anyone in the galaxy had anticipated. 6 months after the disastrous first contact, strange patterns began emerging in Earth's technological development. Lieutenant John Phillips stood in a secure underground facility, watching as scientists tested new materials based on the scattered debris from the alien ships. What surprised everyone wasn't just their ability to understand the alien technology, but how quickly they were improving upon it. Phillips observed as Dr. Alice Brown demonstrated their latest breakthrough. Her team had taken a small fragment of the crystalline ship's hull and not only analyzed its structure but created an enhanced version within weeks. The new material was stronger, more flexible, and could be produced using Earth's existing manufacturing capabilities. The Galactic Council, monitoring from afar, watched with growing concern. Their hidden observation posts scattered throughout the solar system transmitted data about humanity's progress. What they saw defied their understanding of technological development. Most species took generations to advance through each technological stage, but humans were blazing through multiple stages simultaneously. Council observer Zix 427 noted with alarm how humans combined seemingly incompatible technologies. They didn't follow the standard progression of technological advancement. Instead, they mixed primitive and advanced concepts in ways that created unexpectedly effective results. In their secure facility, Phillips worked closely with Dr. Brown as they integrated the new materials into existing defense systems. They didn't realize their every move was being watched, analyzed, and causing increasing concern among the galactic community. The humans' approach to problem-solving seemed to ignore established scientific principles, yet somehow produced functional results. One particular breakthrough caught the Council's attention. Dr. Brown's team discovered a way to merge conventional rocket propulsion with elements of the alien ship's space-time manipulation technology. The result was a hybrid drive system that shouldn't have worked according to galactic scientific understanding, yet performed better than either technology alone. The Council's scientists were particularly disturbed by humanity's casual approach to potentially dangerous experiments. Where other species might spend years running simulations and safety tests, humans would often push forward with practical tests after minimal preparation. Even more alarming was their success rate. Phillips oversaw the first test flight of a ship equipped with the hybrid drive system. The test pilot, Sarah Miller, showed no hesitation in pushing the experimental craft beyond its designed limits. The Council observers watched in horror as she deliberately stressed the systems to find her breaking points, gathering data that would let them build something even better. Humanity's military capabilities advanced at an equally alarming rate. They hadn't just learned from the incident with the Council ships, they had improved upon the very weapon that had caused the initial problem. The new defense systems incorporated principles that the Council's scientists claimed were theoretically impossible to combine. Dr. Brown's team continued making breakthroughs, unaware of the panic they were causing among the galaxy's scientific community. They saw their rapid progress as natural and expected, not realizing how their achievements violated numerous supposed universal constants of technological development. The Council's observers noted another disturbing trend. Humans freely shared information about their discoveries, while other species carefully controlled access to advanced technology. Humanity posted their findings on public networks, allowing for rapid collaborative improvement. This reckless approach to information sharing accelerated their development even further. Phillips received reports from various research teams worldwide, each making similar extraordinary advances. The global scientific community worked with an efficiency that the Council had never seen before, sharing data and building upon each other's discoveries at an unprecedented rate. As the Council compiled their reports on human technological development, they'd reached a disturbing conclusion. Humanity wasn't just advancing quickly, they were advancing in ways that shouldn't be possible. Their disregard for established scientific principles and safety protocols, combined with their remarkable success rate, marked them as an unpredictable and potentially dangerous species. The observers watched as Earth's technology continued to evolve in unexpected directions. They didn't understand that humanity's greatest strength was their ability to ignore impossible and instead ask, what if? This fundamental difference in approach would soon force the Council to make some difficult decisions about Earth's place in the galactic community. Commander Mary Walsh stood on the bridge of Earth's first deep space patrol vessel, staring at the tactical display with growing concern. A small alien ship had crossed into the solar system near Mars, ignoring all attempts at communication. Initial scans showed it belonged to the Nexari, a newly spacefaring race known for testing boundaries. The Nexari ship moved aggressively, its weapons charged. Walsh knew this was more than a simple border crossing. It was a test. Unknown to her, the Galactic Council watched intently, curious to see how humans would handle their first real space confrontation. Old position, Walsh ordered her crew. She had trained them for this, but training was different from facing an alien vessel in real combat. The bridge crew remained calm, their hands steady on their stations. The ship's new hybrid systems hummed quietly, ready for action. Dr. William Hayes worked frantically in the engine room, monitoring the experimental systems he had helped develop. The ship carried technologies that merged human innovation with reversed-engineered alien tech. According to galactic standards, these systems shouldn't work together, but humans had made them sing. The Nexari ship fired a warning shot, a beam of energy that passed close to the human vessel's bow. Walsh allowed herself a small smile. The alien weapon's signature matched their intelligence reports perfectly. Within seconds, Hayes had analyzed the energy pattern and adjusted their shields accordingly. What happened next stunned the watching Council observers. Instead of responding with similar weapons, Walsh ordered a maneuver that seemed suicidal. Her ship accelerated directly toward the Nexari vessel, then executed a series of turns that should have torn the ship apart. The hybrid drive systems performed flawlessly, letting them move in ways the Nexari couldn't predict. Hayes called up from engineering, reporting that he had cracked the Nexari's shield frequency. In just minutes, he had done what took other races months of study. The Council observers couldn't believe their sensors. Humans had analyzed and adapted to Nexari technology almost instantly. Walsh's next move demonstrated why the galaxy would soon learn to fear human creativity. She didn't disable or destroy the Nexari ship. Instead, she used a modified version of their own first contact disaster, sending a pulse that temporarily scrambled the alien vessel's systems. The Nexari ship drifted, powerless but undamaged. The Council representatives watched in shock as the humans then helped the stranded Nexari, providing power and technical assistance. Within hours, Hayes had not only restored their systems, but improved them, sending the aliens home with better technology than they had arrived with. News of the incident spread quickly through galactic channels. The humans had demonstrated not just advanced technical capabilities, but a concerning ability to turn peaceful technology into effective weapons. More importantly, they had shown mercy when they could have destroyed their opponents. Walsh filed her report, describing the encounter as a routine border patrol. She didn't realize that her actions had set off alarm bells throughout the galactic community. The Council had never seen a species that could analyze, adapt, and improve upon alien technology so quickly. Hayes continued studying the data they had gathered, already designing improvements to their systems. The ease with which he worked with alien technology frightened the Council observers. Most species took generations to understand other races' technology, but humans treated it like a puzzle to be solved over coffee. The Nexari incident became a turning point in how the galaxy viewed Earth. The human response had been measured yet overwhelming, peaceful yet intimidating. They had demonstrated capabilities that violated numerous scientific principles, and worse, they had done it casually, as if such achievements were perfectly normal. The Council's emergency session after the incident was filled with heated debate. Some argued for immediate containment measures, while others pushed for careful study of human methods. All agreed on one thing: humanity's combination of rapid technological adaptation, creative problem-solving, and unpredictable tactics made them a force to be reckoned with. As Walsh and her crew celebrated their successful first contact, they remained unaware that their actions had just changed Earth's status in galactic politics forever. The question was no longer whether to deal with humanity, but how to handle a species that seemed to break all the rules of technological and social development. The Galactic Council's emergency session took place in a vast chamber carved from a living asteroid. Representatives from 300 species gathered to discuss what they now called the human problem. Their debate echoed through the crystalline halls while Agent Peter Morris, hidden in Earth's first stealth space station, quietly intercepted their communications. Morris watched his decoded data stream with growing interest. The Council wasn't just concerned about Earth, they were terrified. His station, using technology that borrowed equally from human stealth aircraft and alien cloaking devices, remained completely undetected by the galaxy's most advanced sensors. The Council's main chamber displayed holographic evidence of humanity's rapid advancement. In just 1 year since the failed first contact, humans had matched or exceeded the capabilities of species that had been spacefaring for centuries. Morris noticed how the alien representatives shifted uncomfortably when reviewing Earth's military progress. Their greatest concern wasn't just humanity's technological growth, but their unpredictable approach to warfare. Where other species developed weapons in logical progression, humans combined technologies in ways that defied conventional military doctrine. Morris smiled as he watched the aliens struggle to understand human battle tactics. One council member showcased a human training exercise that had been secretly recorded. The aliens watched in horror as human ships performed maneuvers that their scientists had deemed impossible. The ships pushed structural limits, ignored safety protocols, and succeeded through what the Council called reckless innovation. Morris intercepted a private conversation between two senior council members discussing human adaptability. They had discovered that exposure to new alien technologies didn't intimidate humans. It inspired them. Each new piece of advanced technology they encountered was rapidly taken apart, understood, and improved upon. The Council's military experts presented their most alarming finding. Humans had developed effective countermeasures against weapons they had never encountered. Through pure theoretical work and simulation, Earth's scientists had prepared defenses against threats they had only imagined might exist. A younger race's representative suggested diplomatic contact, but was quickly silenced. The Council had analyzed Earth's entertainment media and found something disturbing. Humans had spent centuries imagining every possible way first contact could go wrong. They were prepared for scenarios that had never occurred to other species. Morris watched as the Council reviewed humanity's history of warfare. They were particularly troubled by humanity's ability to rapidly shift between peace and war, and their practice of continuing technological development during peacetime. Other species typically slowed research during peaceful periods. The data streamed through Morris's systems as the Council debated humanity's unusual development pattern. Unlike other races who developed technology in clear, predictable stages, humans advanced in multiple directions simultaneously. This chaos made their progress impossible to predict or control. What truly frightened the Council was humanity's collaborative nature. When faced with challenges, humans freely shared information and resources, accelerating their development far beyond normal rates. The aliens couldn't understand how a species could progress so quickly without rigid control of information. Morris noted with interest how the Council's experts had completely misinterpreted human competitive nature. They saw humanity's constant competition as a weakness, not realizing how it drove innovation. Their reports failed to understand that human rivalry led to faster advancement, not self-destruction. The Council's assessment reached a frightening conclusion. Humanity's development couldn't be predicted using any known models. Their technology, warfare, and social development all followed patterns that defied galactic understanding. This made them not just dangerous, but impossible to plan against. Morris transmitted his findings back to Earth using a communication system that combined quantum entanglement with old-fashioned radio waves, another combination that the Council's scientists had declared impossible. As he listened to their deliberations, he realized that the galaxy's fear of humanity stemmed not from their weapons or technology, but from their fundamental unpredictability. The council's session ended with a clear consensus. Something had to be done about Earth. As Morris prepared to transmit their final decisions, he couldn't help but feel proud. Humanity had managed to frighten the most powerful beings in the galaxy not through strength or advancement, but simply by being themselves, unpredictable, innovative, and impossible to categorize. Chief Engineer Laura Bennett stood in her underground lab, watching as her newest defense system underwent its final tests. The system combined Earth's primitive nuclear technology with advanced alien energy principles in ways that made galactic scientists cringe. She didn't know that her work was being discussed in the Galactic Council's final deliberation session. The council chamber buzzed with tense energy as representatives from the oldest spacefaring races gathered to vote on Earth's fate. Some advocated for immediate containment, others pushed for diplomatic solutions, but all agreed that humans couldn't be ignored any longer. A holographic display showed Bennett's latest creation in action. The council members watched as her hybrid defense system effortlessly adapted to multiple forms of attack. The technology shouldn't have worked according to their understanding of physics, yet it performed flawlessly. Captain Daniel Roberts demonstrated the point further as he piloted Earth's newest spacecraft through a series of combat trials. His ship, which looked crude by galactic standards, outmaneuvered the Council's best automated combat drones. The aliens couldn't understand how such a primitive-looking vessel could move so effectively. The Council's military experts presented their final assessment. Humanity had progressed from simple rocket technology to advanced space combat capabilities in less than a century. This development rate was unprecedented and, according to their models, dangerous. As the Council debated, they reviewed more evidence of human ingenuity. Bennett's team had not only reverse-engineered alien technology, but had found ways to improve it using Earth's limited resources. The Council found this particularly disturbing. Humans could match their capabilities without access to advanced materials. Roberts continued his combat trials, unaware that each maneuver was causing further panic among the watching aliens. His ship's performance proved that humans could achieve with skill and innovation what other races required advanced technology to accomplish. The Council's diplomatic faction argued for peaceful contact, pointing out humanity's potential as allies. The security faction countered with evidence of human warfare, showing how quickly Earth's nations could shift from peace to conflict and back again. Bennett received news that her defense system had been approved for deployment while the Council watched in secret. The speed of human military development frightened them. Other races took decades to approve new weapons, but humans would field-test experimental technology with minimal hesitation. The debate reached its peak when the Council reviewed humanity's response to their failed first contact. Instead of becoming fearful or aggressive, humans had taken the incident as a learning opportunity. They had developed countermeasures against multiple forms of alien technology based on that single brief encounter. Roberts landed his ship after completing another successful test flight. The Council observed how he and his crew immediately began discussing improvements, showing humanity's constant drive to enhance and refine their technology. This endless push for improvement made humans unpredictable. The Council's vote began as Bennett started work on her next project. They had three options: open diplomatic relations, attempt containment, or implement their third, unprecedented choice. The chamber fell silent as the votes were counted. The decision was nearly unanimous. The Council had chosen an option never before used in galactic history. They would implement a galaxy-wide information blackout about Earth. No species would officially acknowledge humanity's existence. Bennett continued her work, unaware that the galaxy had just decided to pretend her entire species didn't exist. The Council believed this would contain humanity's influence while avoiding direct conflict with such an unpredictable race. Roberts received orders for another test flight as the Council concluded their session. The galaxy's most powerful beings had decided that the safest way to deal with humanity was to ignore them completely. They hoped this would slow human expansion into space. The Council's decision was unprecedented, but so was humanity. No other species had ever forced them to take such extreme measures. As the representatives left the chamber, they knew they had chosen the only option that might work against a species that seemed to break every rule they knew. Dr. Catherine Murphy noticed it first. The strange silence in the interstellar communications they had been monitoring suddenly became absolute. Working in her secure lab beneath the Rocky Mountains, she watched as all alien signals simultaneously ceased across every frequency they had discovered. The Galactic Council's information blackout began with surgical precision. Every star chart, trading route, and diplomatic channel was altered to show empty space where Earth's solar system existed. The Council's most advanced AI systems worked tirelessly to erase humanity from galactic records. Murphy's fingers flew across her keyboard as she attempted to pierce the sudden void of information. Her breakthrough in alien encryption protocols had given Earth unprecedented access to galactic communications. Now she found herself facing an artificial silence that shouldn't have been possible. Lieutenant Amy Davidson arrived at the lab after Murphy's urgent call. Together, they watched as their monitoring systems detected coordinated changes rippling through alien networks. Earth's entire solar system was being digitally erased from galactic maps and databases. Davidson recognized the pattern. This wasn't a natural communication breakdown. The aliens were deliberately creating a barrier of silence around Earth. Her military training told her this was a new form of containment, one that operated on an information level rather than physical barriers. Murphy discovered fragments of data that had escaped the initial purge. These pieces revealed the Council's plan. Earth was being designated as a no-contact zone across all official channels. The galaxy's civilizations had agreed to pretend humanity didn't exist. The Council's implementation was thorough. Trade routes were redrawn to avoid Earth's solar system. Scientific databases were scrubbed of any reference to human technology or achievement. Even the failed first contact incident was erased from official records. Davidson found herself facing a unique military challenge. How do you defend against an enemy that refuses to acknowledge your existence? The traditional responses to hostile actions didn't apply to this new form of cultural and information-based isolation. Murphy's team worked around the clock, developing new ways to gather intelligence through the artificial silence. They discovered that while official channels ignored Earth completely, unofficial networks buzzed with discussions about the mysterious humans who had frightened the Council into such extreme measures. The Council's effort to erase Earth created an unexpected result. Underground information networks began spreading stories about humanity's capabilities. The official silence only made other species more curious about the race that had caused such an unprecedented response. Davidson noticed that the information blackout had gaps. Some alien vessels still passed near Earth's solar system, though they now treated it as if it were empty space. These ships provided opportunities to gather intelligence about the galaxy's new stance toward humanity. Murphy's encryption-breaking algorithms revealed that many younger spacefaring races questioned the Council's decision. These species saw the treatment of Earth as extreme, and their curiosity about humans only grew stronger because of the enforced silence. The Council's AI systems continued their work, constantly scanning and editing any mention of Earth from official records. However, they couldn't control the spread of information through unofficial channels. Stories about human capabilities began to take on mythical proportions. Davidson realized that the Council's attempt to isolate Earth had actually given humanity an advantage. With no official contact, humans were free to develop their technology without interference or observation. The silence meant freedom from galactic regulations and restrictions. Murphy discovered that some alien scientists were secretly preserving data about human technological achievements. These researchers recognized that humanity's unique approach to innovation might hold solutions to problems that had puzzled other species for centuries. The Council's blackout became the most strictly enforced non-intervention policy in galactic history. Yet, as Murphy and Davidson documented, It also made Earth the subject of intense unofficial interest. The galaxy's attempt to ignore humanity had only made them more intriguing. By trying to contain human influence through silence, the Council had inadvertently created a mystery that captured the imagination of countless species. As Murphy and Davidson filed their reports, they realized that the galaxy's fear of humanity had transformed Earth into something even more powerful. A legend. Colonel Richard Turner stood on the red soil of Mars, watching as construction robots assembled the first permanent human colony dome. Earth's isolation from galactic society hadn't slowed humanity's expansion. If anything, it had accelerated it. The lack of alien oversight meant humans were free to develop their technology without restriction. 5 years had passed since the galaxy had chosen to ignore Earth's existence. In that time, humanity had established mining operations on asteroids, research stations around Jupiter, and now, their first Mars colony. Each achievement went unacknowledged by the galactic community, but not unnoticed. Hidden observation posts recorded humanity's progress while officially denying Earth's existence. The Council's representatives watched in growing concern as humans achieved in months what should have taken decades. Turner's Mars colony used construction techniques that violated several galactic engineering principles. The underground galactic information networks buzzed with stories about Earth. While official channels maintained their silence, unofficial communications spread tales of human achievements across the stars. The galaxy's attempt to ignore humanity had only made them more fascinating to other species. Earth's technological development continued at its chaotic, unpredictable pace. Without the constraining influence of galactic standards and regulations, human innovation flourished. Scientists combined technologies in ways that other species considered impossible, creating new solutions to old problems. Turner received reports from Earth's deep space monitoring stations. Though alien ships now avoided Earth's solar system, their communications revealed a growing divide in the galactic community. Younger races questioned the wisdom of ignoring such a rapidly advancing species. The Council's decision had unexpected consequences. By removing the pressure to conform to galactic standards, they had given humanity the freedom to develop without constraints. Earth's isolation became its greatest advantage, allowing humans to pursue technologies that other races considered too dangerous or unconventional. Unofficial alien visitors occasionally slipped through the barrier of silence, drawn by curiosity about the species that had frightened the Council into such extreme measures. They found a civilization that had turned isolation into strength, using their independence to push the boundaries of possible. Turner's teams continued expanding the Mars colony, unaware that their construction methods had sparked another round of debate in the Council. The humans' casual approach to planetary engineering frightened the older races, who took centuries to approve such projects. Earth's influence spread through the galaxy in spite of the official boycott. Other species began quietly adopting human innovations, while officially maintaining the pretense that Earth didn't exist. The Council's attempt to contain humanity's impact had backfired spectacularly. The silence imposed by the galaxy had another unforeseen effect. It united humanity in ways that might never have happened otherwise. Faced with universal isolation, Earth's nations set aside their differences to focus on space exploration and development. Turner watched as the Mars colony's main dome neared completion. The structure incorporated elements of alien technology the humans had glimpsed during their brief encounters, but improved upon them in ways that would have shocked their original designers. The galaxy's fear of humanity grew even as they pretended Earth didn't exist. Humans had turned their isolation into an advantage, developing technologies and techniques that other races couldn't predict or counter. The very attempt to ignore Earth had made it more powerful. As the first colonists moved into their new Martian homes, the galactic community faced a growing dilemma. Their policy of ignoring Earth had failed to contain human advancement. Instead, it had created a rapidly expanding civilization, unfettered by galactic regulations or restrictions. Turner raised Earth's flag over the completed colony, marking humanity's first permanent settlement on another world. The galaxy's silent watchers recorded the event while officially denying it had happened. Their reports, never officially filed, warned that humanity's growth could no longer be ignored. The irony wasn't lost on those who knew the truth. The galaxy's attempt to isolate Earth had only made humanity stronger. Free from external interference, humans had exceeded all predictions for their development. The species that the galaxy chose to ignore had become impossible to overlook. As night fell on the Mars colony, Turner looked up at the stars, unaware that countless alien species were secretly watching humanity's progress with a mixture of fear and fascination. The galaxy's greatest effort to contain humanity had become the very thing that